guys, Lewis here, and in this video today I'd like to talk about how you can use diminished arpeggios in your soloing in Gypsy jazz. A lot of the greats do this, and it's something that your ear will be used to, and you recognise some of these really cool diminished licks, but initially using them in your soloing can be quite intimidating. So hopefully I'd like to just break down a bit of theory and get you playing it. When I play diminished arpeggios in Gypsy jazz soloing, of course you can use it over diminished chords, but I like to use it over dominant seventh chords the most. For example, if you're playing over an E7, first thing you need to know is an E7 arpeggio. So that's E, G sharp, B, D, and then back to E. So that's root, third, fifth, flat 7. So that D, which is the flat 7, that's the note that we want to be aiming for. So if you don't know that arpeggio, make sure you know that over E7. So if you're playing, let's say, minor swing, any sort of E7 or sort of bass lick will sound great. Will sound great straight from the off. But it's going to sound quite obvious, right? Because you're literally playing the notes within an E7 chord. So this is why the diminished thing comes in really handy. So instead of this sound, get this sound. It gives it, I don't know, a little bit of a creative sound. Now, the theory behind this then, why does it work? Because I currently played an F diminished 7th arpeggio over E7. They sound worlds apart, but they're really not. So E7, just to recap, is E, G sharp, B, D. An F diminished 7th arpeggio is F, same G sharp, same B, same D. So the only difference is that you've changed the E for the F sharp, so you've raised it up, so you get that sort of sound. Quite sort of oriental. How does that work? So dominant 7th is root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7. Diminished is root, which is the F, flat 3, flat 5, and that 7th is a double flat 7. Okay, so that's what makes it, right? So the only thing that's different between an E7 arpeggio and an F diminished 7th arpeggio is one note. That's why it works. So when I'm playing over, let's say E7, maybe use this. That'll be E at the top. Now that's the F. Okay, so let's say I play the full arpeggio. Slowly. F, G sharp, B, D, F again to carry on, G sharp, B, D, there's the F, and then you want to do something like that to resolve it, so. Okay. It just has that really cool sound. There's lots of creative things you can do with it, a lot of sweep sort of picking. You don't always have to land on the F at the end, you can go. Just get that. Get that sort of sound really. So if you're playing minor swing, right? A minor, D minor. Now over E7, you may be playing something like normally. Or you might be playing, I don't know. Little E7 type lift. But now to add into your playing. And that's that arpeggio. So that's it. The only difference is just that root moving up one. So just in a different context, if you're playing over D7, now in my head I'm thinking, where's the diminished arpeggio? Well, it's just normal. Just move it up one, so that'd be D sharp, right? That's it. So exactly the same notes in a D7 arpeggio and a D sharp diminished seventh. The only difference is the root has gone from D to D sharp. That's it. So it's quite an easy thing to visualize as a guitar player, because let's say if you're in the key of, I don't know, if you're playing like a C7. So where's my diminished? Well, you just normal. So it's actually really simple, right? All you need to do is just know how they're built though. I think that's really important. It's great learning the shapes, but just bear in mind now, dominant seventh, root, third, fifth, flat seven. So when you're playing over E7, it's that D you want to aim for. But you can use a diminished seventh arpeggio, which is root, flat three, flat five. First of all, that's a diminished triad. And then that double flat seven, which is also that D again, that's what makes it an F diminished seventh arpeggio. Quite a mouthful. But so as you know, when you're playing over, let's say E7, it's that D you want to aim for. That's going to really spell it out. But with that just F in there, just gets a really great sound. So see if you can have a go at using that in your soloing. Any questions about this, please let me know and keep it up. Speak to you soon.